Today in Cannabis News, authorities in Utah begin enforcing a rule that expands eligible individuals' accessibility to medical cannabis in the state. A latest survey indicates how the majority of Americans feel about President Joe Biden's advancements, or lack thereof, on federal cannabis policy reform in his initial year in office. And the nation of Thailand makes strides towards federally decriminalizing cannabis. It's Friday, January 21st, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, the Utah Department of Health began enforcing a rule this week that expands eligible individuals' accessibility to medical cannabis credentials. Qualified patients can acquire a prescription from their doctor even if they aren't certified to prescribe medical cannabis with the state within the new regulation. Approximately 800 physicians have completed a state-mandated training session in order to prescribe medical cannabis. The new structure, known as the Limited Medical Provider Program, eliminates the need for qualified MD, DO, APRN, AP, or podiatrists to complete a medical cannabis training session, allowing for prescriptions from the state's 21,000 certified health providers. Patients would consult with the doctor in person to confirm that they have an eligible ailment and fill out state-required paperwork. This adjustment does include a stipulation. Medical providers who do not complete the training session are limited to prescribing cannabis to 15 patients at most.
Next up, over half of Americans believe President Joe Biden's headway on a major election campaign promise to federally decriminalize cannabis within his initial year in office has been minuscule to none, according to a latest survey, and the majority of respondents don't expect more progress in 2022. Americans were requested to assess President Biden's success on several campaign pledges in his initial year and additionally indicate how much advancement they anticipate he will achieve this year in a poll conducted by YouGov and The Economist. The president has achieved close to no advancement on federal cannabis decriminalization, according to 54% of respondents, with 23% stating they are unfamiliar with the matter. Only 23% stated he's achieved significant advancements on the matter. Biden has achieved slightly greater headway on other matters, according to survey participants, including student loan relief, renewable power development, increasing the national minimum wage, and COVID-19 pandemic action. Only when it came to obtaining bipartisan support in the U.S. Congress for economic recovery did the president receive poorer marks than when it came to cannabis policy modernization.
Last up, Thailand, the first nation in Southeast Asia to federally legalize medical cannabis in 2018, is pressing forward with a proposed measure by the country's Food and Drug Administration to enable widespread cannabis accessibility, effectively decriminalizing the plant nationwide. The administration recommended removing cannabis from the Narcotics Control Board's catalog of restricted substances this week. After receiving approval from the board, the measure will be sent to the nation's health minister for authorization before going into action. While companies have been granted greater accessibility to cannabis, existing regulations still make it illegal for people to produce, cultivate, or process it. In Thailand, cannabis remains to be classified as a Category 5 narcotic substance, and possessing it is a crime that may result in up to 15 years of imprisonment. The proposal, as per Thailand's FDA Deputy Secretary General, will eliminate the danger of penalties and jail terms for people who desire unfettered cannabis accessibility. If we're able to decriminalize marijuana, we will be able to benefit from all of the plant and not just parts of it. The flower buds and seeds could be used economically and in compliance of the law, the FDA Deputy Secretary General said.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit Trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For Trichomes.com, I'm Devin Leal.
And I'm RJ Balde, signing off.